Welcome to Tech Blueprint, a window that lets you know the latest technology news in the world. Foxconn's factory in India is facing unprecedented difficulties. The once prosperous foundry giant now has a 70% reduction in orders. 3 independent directors have resigned one after another. The factory is in a state of depression, a large number of employees have been laid off, and it is even on the verge of bankruptcy. The development path of China's mobile phone manufacturing industry in India, which was once in full swing, is now in a lot of trouble. Why is this? Foxconn's factory in India was once the backbone of China's mobile phone foundry, but now it has become a leaky ship. The resignation of 3 independent directors is not only a personnel change, but also a signal that the management has lost confidence in the future. Orders have been reduced by 70%. A large number of employees have been laid off, and the factory has fallen into an unprecedented low period. Internal employees have resigned one after another, and the machines on the production line have begun to take a vacation, and the entire factory seems to have fallen into hibernation. Those workers who once ran around on the production line now have to find another way out. The once bustling factory is now only a few size. Chinese mobile phone manufacturers were once an important driving force for the development of India's manufacturing industry. In 2014, Foxconn announced plans to set up a factory in India, opening the prelude to Chinese mobile phone manufacturers' entry into India. In 2017, a Chinese mobile phone company cooperated with Foxconn and successfully set up a factory in India. Subsequently, many Chinese mobile phone companies went to India to set up factories, forming a huge manufacturing network. Chinese mobile phones once performed very well in the Indian market, occupying nearly 50% of the market share. However, as time went on, India's attitude towards Chinese mobile phone manufacturers began to change. The Indian government issued huge fines and even directly seized tens of billions of yuan in deposits of a Chinese mobile phone company. This series of blows made the situation of Chinese mobile phone manufacturers in India extremely difficult. What's more serious is that India forcibly acquired 51% of the shares of a Chinese mobile phone company without giving any premium. This act of robbery has caused Chinese mobile phone companies to suffer huge losses, and their enthusiasm for investing in India has been greatly reduced. Faced with the many challenges in the Indian market, some Chinese mobile phone companies have chosen to gradually reduce their business in India. At present, the sales volume of Chinese mobile phones in India is almost half of the peak period. The once prosperous market is now becoming increasingly deserted. Some companies have to turn their attention to other emerging markets to find new growth points. Not only Chinese mobile phone manufacturers, but also Apple has encountered trouble in India. The Indian consortium Tata forcibly acquired Wistron's factory in India, causing Wistron to almost withdraw from the iPhone foundry market. Today, Wistron can only get about 1% of the iPhone 15 share, and Foxconn has become the only independent foundry in India. The Indian consortium Tata may also acquire Pegatron, which will further aggravate Apple's foundry problems in India. To make matters worse, the Indian consortium forcibly intervened in Apple's sales business, and all the retail stores established by Apple in India were joint ventures with the Indian consortium. This forced intervention not only affected Apple's business layout, but also made Apple's operations in India more complicated. In addition, iPhones produced in India have frequent quality problems, low yields, and high levels of E. coli. Consumers in Europe and China generally reject iPhones made in India, which has a significant impact on Apple's brand image. Faced with these challenges, Apple's attitude towards the Indian market has become increasingly cautious. Although the Indian market has huge potential, its current contribution to Apple is very limited, accounting for only a single digit of total revenue. The Indian market has become Apple's chicken ribs, tasteless to eat, but a pity to abandon. It may be the best choice for Apple to reduce its business in India as soon as possible. India's consistent attitude towards foreign-funded enterprises makes people sigh. For its own interests, India has imposed various restrictions and suppressions on foreign-funded enterprises, and even resorted to tough measures, earning it the reputation of foreign capital graveyard. The tough measures against Chinese mobile phone manufacturers and Apple not only give these companies a headache, but also discourage other potential foreign-funded enterprises. Since 2022, more than 1,700 of the more than 5,000 foreign-funded enterprises registered in India have chosen to cancel their registrations. This phenomenon shows that the escape of foreign-funded enterprises from India has become a trend. The prospects for investment in India seem to be getting bleaker and bleaker, and companies have to re-examine their layout in India. Overall, the plight of Chinese mobile phone manufacturers and Apple in India reflects India's complex attitude towards foreign-funded enterprises. Faced with various challenges, foreign-funded enterprises need to be more cautious and formulate flexible response strategies to gain a foothold in the Indian market. This game about manufacturing and the market may continue for some time.